Get ready for the action, because we are kicking things off with the post-fight fallout from UFC 328. Dustin Poirier is weighing in on the intensity of the battle, revealing that Arman Tsarukyan showed more emotion after the Khamzat Chimaev title loss than the former champion himself. We dive deep into what this reaction tells us about the dynamics between these elite fighters and why the emotions on the scale were so telling.
Here's a simple way to protect your phone without stress. This ALEN 3-pack comes with tempered glass screen protectors, camera lens protectors, and an installation frame for an easier, cleaner fit. It's clear, case-friendly, and built to help guard against scratches and everyday bumps. Check the link in the comments to get it on Amazon.
Next up, we are taking a look at the shifting landscape of the MMA world, because Strickland just detonated the hierarchy with his victory over Khamzat Chimaev to capture the middleweight championship for the second time. We break down how this massive upset has reshaped the pound-for-pound rankings and what it means for the future of the division. We are moving on to the official reaction from the UFC CEO, Dana White, after Strickland's win, as Dana White says he highly doubts that we have a new and improved Strickland moving forward. We explore Dana White's perspective on the emotional toll of the fight buildup and what this means for Strickland's long-term trajectory. And finally, we look ahead to the next big moves because UFC 328 winner Sean Brady is demanding a shot, stating he would fight Carlos Prates 100%. We analyze Brady's ambition and what this means for the welterweight division as we wrap up this explosive news roundup. Stay locked in. Strickland captured the UFC middleweight championship at UFC 328 by defeating Khamzat Chimaev, a victory that was accompanied by highly contrasting post-fight reactions from the involved fighters. While Strickland and Chimaev had previously displayed intense animosity, including threats before the bout, the actual fight showed a level of engagement, with frequent glove touching and Chimaev even wrapping the belt around Strickland's waist, suggesting the pre-fight drama was largely a marketing element. However, the most striking observation was Khamzat Chimaev's demeanor. Despite losing the razor-thin split decision in his first professional title loss, Chimaev appeared relatively composed. During the recap show, Deep Waters on Monday, commentator Din Thomas noted the peculiarity of the champion's acceptance of the loss. Dustin Poirier echoed this sentiment, stating that Chimaev's teammate, Arman Tsarukyan, appeared more upset about the decision loss than the former champion himself. Jorge Masvidal offered a more critical perspective, arguing that Chimaev should have lost the fight in the second round, suggesting that Chimaev failed to implement his desired wrestling strategy early on. Masvidal contended that Chimaev redlined himself trying to secure a takedown in the first round, leading to fatigue in the second. Masvidal asserted that dropping guard in that manner automatically warrants a 10-8 round, indicating a concession to the opponent. Strickland now holds the middleweight title for a second time, having won title fights despite entering as an underdog. Meanwhile, Chimaev is now reassessing his career trajectory, reportedly discussing a potential move up in weight to light heavyweight following the loss of the belt. The UFC's Deep Waters show continues to stream live every Monday at noon on the UFC on Paramount Plus YouTube channel. MMA pound-for-pound rankings for May 2026 reveal a significant shake-up, with Strickland dramatically disrupting the established hierarchy. Following a victory at UFC 328, Strickland successfully dethroned Khamzat Chimaev, catapulting himself into the top 10 pound-for-pound rankings, securing the number 9 spot for the month. This move signals a major challenge to the standing held by Chimaev. Other notable debuts this month include 24-year-old Joshua Van, who secured a dramatic stoppage against Tatsuro Taira, also breaking into the top tier and setting his sights on a rematch with Alexander Pantoja. The monthly rankings, compiled by a panel including Ben Fowlkes, Chuck Mindenhall, Shaheen Al-Shatti, and others, utilize a weighted point system. Eligibility for the rankings is based on competition within the last calendar year or a fight booked within that window, with a broader scope including promotions beyond the UFC, such as Bellator and One Championship. In the welterweight division, Ian Machado Gary is positioned to face Makhachev next, though Carlos Prates' recent win over Jack Della Madonna and Michael Morales present challenges for the reigning champion. Elsewhere, Topuria has maintained momentum, while the heavyweight scene is set for an interim title fight between Alex Pereira and Cyril Gane, potentially determining the next opponent for Tom Aspinall. The landscape in the women's division remains dynamic, with discussions surrounding Zhang Weili's potential return to the division and the status of several contenders. Seika Izawa has emerged as a phenom, racking up submissions, while Mackenzie Dern continues to make appearances. The rankings underscore a competitive environment where established champions face new contenders, and the pressure mounts on several fighters to secure their next high-profile bout. Dana White expressed skepticism regarding Sean Strickland's immediate post-UFC 328 performance, suggesting that the recent victory over Khamzat Chimaev may not signify a lasting transformation. Strickland successfully reclaimed the UFC middleweight title via a split decision win against Chimaev in Newark, New Jersey, last Saturday. During the post-fight press conference, Strickland opened up about feeling pressured to be perceived negatively, noting that fighting has been a source of self-worth he hadn't previously discovered. However, following the Zuffa boxing event, UFC CEO Dana White stated, "I highly doubt that we have a new and improved Sean Strickland." White admitted he was not convinced, stating, "I'll believe it when I see it, but I'm not buying it." Strickland's championship reign is notable, having achieved 2 major upsets in UFC history by defeating Chimaev and Israel Adesanya. Throughout his career, Strickland has attracted significant attention due to his outspoken nature and fight promotion. White acknowledged that the build-up to the UFC 328 fight, which felt more like work than reality, likely contributed to Strickland's reflective state. White explained that the intense emotions surfaced after the win, noting that Strickland broke his nose in the first round. While White expressed personal happiness for Strickland's emotional release, he maintained that this change is likely temporary, though he expressed hope it is not. Newark, NJ, following his victory over Joaquin Buckley at UFC 328, Sean Brady is aggressively pursuing a higher-profile matchup, signaling a clear ambition to climb the UFC rankings. Speaking at the post-fight news conference, Brady expressed his desire for a title shot, naming Kamaru Usman as a potential target, citing Usman's status as a former champion and rumored move to the middleweight division. Brady highlighted his recent performances, including defeating Leon Edwards and his rebound victory over Michael Morales at UFC 322, emphasizing his momentum. Brady acknowledged the competitive landscape, stating, "Everybody wants a title shot." He stressed that he deserves to fight at a higher level, though he remains pragmatic about the timing and location, noting he is focused on becoming a UFC champion. Looking ahead, Brady confirmed his strong interest in facing Carlos Prates, who is expected to face Ian Machado Gary for a shot at Islam Makhachev. Brady unequivocally welcomed the challenge, declaring, "I would fight Prates, 100%. I've asked for that fight before. Yeah, let's do it."